So pat yourself on the back, number one, for just making the decision and the choice to be on. Because let's be real, some weeks we don't feel like it. Me too. But I'm committed and I appreciate you being on tonight. So pat yourself on the back, number one. Okay, I had to turn that off. My Zoom always pops up. And our on-time drawing winner is, hey, Lynn. Vicky, you slid in on home plate and made the on-time drawing. And I see Lynn's here tonight, so yay. But anyway, we are thrilled that y'all are on. And anybody have a special moment they want to share on how you overcame a hurdle, like you turn lemons into lemonade. Maybe you don't have a lemon in your business. We're talking about our business. So, an emotional hurdle or a thought process you had to undo or overcome. How did you make that good? Anybody have one or two that you can think of? That's part of being a champion, and that's our theme is having that growth mindset, that overcoming mentality. Not, oh well, it's the way it is, blah blah blah.
I do. I'll share mine.
Okay.
Because I think sometimes there can be a perception of, you've made it to a certain level, so it's always going to be smooth sailing or green lights. When you go to seminar or something like that, or you see people walking across stage and getting diamonds or cars or whatever the thing is, you assume they have figured it out, right? Like they've figured it out. So it must just be smooth sailing. Well, it's really not. The only difference is how quickly we move through these emotional hurdles. I heard somebody, you've seen kind of the clock face, where 12 o'clock is excitement, right? And then 3 o'clock is um, frustration. And then at 6 o'clock is like crisis zone, right? And you at that point decide you're either going to reach up to your recruiter or director, or you're going to fall off and give up on your dreams. And then, depending on which choice you make, you get recommitted and excited again, right? I've heard it said that the only difference between a consultant and a national or a director, or a red jacket is how quickly they can move through those emotional numbers. And so, usually, I've developed a muscle over the last 15 years of being able to get through those hurdles pretty quickly. However, there have been a couple of circumstances within really particularly the last 3 years that have made that really challenging. And in this postpartum period, really challenging because it's not just, do I feel like it? It's like you've got hormones at play and health stuff and am I sleeping and all of that. So I had finally booked my first in-person facial for Friday night. And let me tell you what kind of day it was. It was not the kind of time I was feeling like doing it, but I pushed through and did it anyway. I listened to a podcast. I went and ate some yummy food and showed up with my beauty coat, my starter kit, and my car seat to take this baby to the facial and did it anyway. Was it pretty? No. Was it perfect? Not at all. But it taught me that I can do hard things even when I'm in the middle of something hard. And when you read Mary Kay's book, she was the champion of getting over it fast or fake it till you make it. So, like losing her husband and then turning around and doing a speech to all of her consultants and directors. Like, she was able to compartmentalize. And sometimes that's what we have to learn to do is compartmentalize things because we can't make lemonade yet. The
Mhm.
circumstance is not going to change yet. And that's the season I'm in. I have a child who has an attachment disorder, and he makes choices that are not wise, that are not great for our family sometimes. And that's hard on top of postpartum and homeschooling and all that. The season is going to be hard, but you've got to learn to compartmentalize those hard things to get to the things that you really want. And I'm remembering all that training, Nikki. it's not easy for me or smooth sailing all the time, but you really do have to learn to use those tools and compartmentalize. So I did that this week and I'm not always able to do it.
That's awesome, Jess. And doesn't that make you a better person? You're more authentic, you're more relatable. I mean, if somebody's in a hard season, do they go to the person there? I mean, they're going to vent to someone that'll listen or someone that's walked in their shoes more than someone who never has, you know?
And the interesting part about it was that the facial was actually with one of my customers and former team members who adopted her special needs grandson. And he came home during the middle of the appointment, and things got wild and crazy. And we all three women at the table, I looked at her with tears in my eyes and I said, I am a special needs parent. I understand. And so having somebody know that it's okay that their kid's going nuts because I've been through it and I know it wasn't going to be perfect. So it is relatable and it is okay to be human,
Mm,
because it gives somebody else space to struggle too.
hmm. Well, you're a champion, Jessica Lee, so thank you for sharing that. Yeah, because that's life, isn't it? And I was the worst at emotional management in the beginning because I was 18 and 19 and I was a wreck, y'all. And I'm so grateful I've learned that muscle has grown so much thanks to this opportunity. Okay. Anybody else? Are we ready to pray for tonight? Okay. All right. All right. Heavenly Father God, thank you so much for letting us all gather here together as sisters in Mary Kay, but most importantly, sisters in you, in Christ. And thank you that we can come together to lift one another up and to grow a Mary Kay business together and help us to use this opportunity to truly touch lives externally, internally, and eternally, most importantly. And I just pray for all the women on here, the ones that might watch later, and all the things that's going on in their family, their life, their situation. God, you're in it. You know all about it. And I just pray, God, that you will give them peace and hope and comfort and strength and clarity and wisdom in the next steps that they're taking in their life and in their business, Lord. Help us to be focused on you more than ourselves, focused on serving, not selling, but being a good server, and just to show people love and kindness and make them feel good. And thank you that our business can be a positive distraction in a hard day, in a hard week, and that we can come together and just grow. And we're so thankful for Mary Kay's courage and why we're here today because of that. And we love you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Mm.
Okay. Well, do you want to do the next part, Jess? And then I have that video.
Yes, you're gonna have to give me a second. I'm having
Okay.
technical difficulties here. Uh,
Okay.
so let's see. Yes. So we have our dear sweet friend Lynn Buchanan, who is going to share with us about the word of the week this week. So we've been find you are here twice. That's funny, Lynn.
Is she on two devices? She's going to have to get off one or there'll be a bad echo.
Oh, okay. She's just
Okay.
on one.
I don't know.
Hey, Lynn, why don't you do you want to try to log back in? Okay, we're gonna let her log back in. So part of what we've been doing during this time, can y'all hear a really high-pitched noise coming from my end? Okay.
No.
I was trying something new with my fun Mary Kay ring light here, and when it overheats, it shuts off. So then I tried to turn it back on, and now it's making a really strange noise. So if we have an explosion, don't worry. It's fine. Okay, so we've been talking about this Olympic theme, right, and being champions. And Nikki and I were talking about different words that we feel represent a champion. And the word that came up this week was responsibility, particularly personal responsibility, because that's really what it takes to be a champion. So I asked Lynn to do that because this is something she's really learning. When you are an employee and you're used to doing things like Lynn has a full-time job and she does, she works, somebody tells her what to do and when to do, so she shows up and she's very responsible to them. But it's a different thing to have personal responsibility and be an entrepreneur and be both, right? The boss and the employee. So Lynn's been learning a lot about that. And I just asked her to share and she came up with this perfect thing. So Lynn, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay. Well, Jessica has just told you a good bit about being responsible because that is very true. I do work a full time job. So every day I must get up and I'm responsible for getting up on time. I'm responsible for doing my Bible study. There are things that you put in place that you're responsible for every day. So I make sure that I'm dressed, I'm out the door, and I'm at work. And then when I get to work, there are tasks that I must complete on a daily basis and all of this. And so there's a lot of responsibility, personally going on with that. But then when it relates to our Mary Kay business, then you're responsible for making sure that you are doing the tasks, so to speak, like doing the bubble sheet. Take a picture of it, Jessica. Right here is my people. Um, making the bubble sheet, calling these people. This is a responsibility to call. Block out dates and times in your book, so that you can book appointments and all of this stuff. So there's a lot of responsibility. But she also asked me to relate this more to our theme of the Olympics. And when I talked about, doing the Bible study, I do this Bible app every morning. It's the YouVersion Bible app.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so surprising last Tuesday when I got up after our meeting last Monday night. And I think, Nikki, I'll have you play it here in just a minute. They have been doing Olympians who are Christians and how they relate things. And her testimony was spot on to responsibility and all of this. So when Jessica asked me today, I was like quickly finding it and I was like, this is it. So take a listen to this. She talks about Joshua 1:9, and basically it says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. And so that is an excellent verse to keep in mind every day when you're, doing your responsibilities in whether your job, your home, or in your Mary Kay business. So take a listen.
Olympic gold medalist and women's shot put for Team USA. The verse of the day is Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. And it says, study this book of instruction continually, meditate on it day and night, so you will be sure to obey everything written in it. Only then you will prosper and succeed in all you do. You see, just like in sports, life requires a plan. My coach hands me a detailed workout regimen outlining every step towards Olympic success. But here's the thing, part of the training happens without him. It's up to me to follow through. I have a few options. One, I could stick to the plan, doing exactly what's asked of me. Two, I could veer off course, doing what I feel like. Or three, doing absolutely nothing at all. But without following the plan, without obeying my coach's instructions, the outcome becomes uncertain. Why? Because I lack full knowledge of what's best for my success. In this verse, the Lord speaks to Joshua, urging him to study and meditate on his word continually, to obey it. It's like having the ultimate coach in life. When we follow his guidance, when we align ourselves with his game plan, his word, we set ourselves up for success. The Lord's message is clear. Meditate on his playbook for life, his word. Follow it faithfully, and success will follow. It's his way of saying, trust me, follow my lead, and watch what I can do. So let's take a lesson from Joshua and trust in the wisdom of our divine coach. Let's meditate on his word, obey his commands, and watch as victory unfolds in front of us.
Awesome.
I
Hi,
thought that
I
was
am a
great. I thought that was really great because just like Mary Kay's book, I was going to reach and grab it. I mean, that is our plan, is her book. So if you haven't read that, please get down and read Mary Kay's book, and because she has already laid the plan out. And so it's our responsibility to take charge and to follow the plan. And there you go.
Thank you, Lynn. That was incredible. We appreciate you. Woo, that's awesome. Okay, we are going to share some quick announcements and then recognition, and then we're going to go back into our next piece of our training. So, is everybody's 2025 seminar schedule in their calendar? Woo woo. So take a look and write down those dates, okay? Now, let me tell you, 2 weeks from today, we'll be at Fall Retreat in Gatlinburg, Tennessee with I reached out to Holly Lowe and she said we're welcome to come. It does sell out quickly. It's $125 for consultants, $65 for a spouse. It includes the event that pays for the room, all the stuff, and hot breakfast every morning. Okay. It's going to be at the Edgewater Hotel in Gatlinburg, but we have to book our own room in addition, and it's under low area room block. And she said she'd love to have us. And Friday, you wear Mary Kay attire. Saturday, you get a t-shirt. When you register, you'll wear your t-shirt on Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember. One day we wear our own t-shirt, a Mary Kay t-shirt, and then another day we wear the retreat t-shirt. I can't remember. But anyway, so lunch and dinner is on our own. So anyway, it is an investment, but it is an investment that you will need in 2 months. Trust me. Some of y'all already need it, and we just got back from seminar. Kidding, not kidding. But you've got to work on your mindset constantly. And this will be just what the doctor ordered, I promise you. Okay. All right. Then today's the 5th. Do you have your book 5 by the 5th? I want to congratulate Sharon Taylor and Ashley Dandridge and myself. Does anybody else have their book 5? To earn the call. Book 10 by the 10th is Saturday. You earn the call, recognition, and a gift. And I think Ashley Dandridge is at a book 10, and you'll love this on August 14th. So mark your calendar. Okay. Tomorrow night on YouTube, I'm doing a back to school theme all month, and I'm going to do a quick video on erasers and glue, but not the kids glue, our glue. Okay. And then August 17th, you want to enroll in the Fall Holiday Lookbook. This is our Christmas book. It's 90 cents a customer, and you can enroll as few or as many as you want, but get that done. So the deadline is what? Sometime next week. Yep, sometime next week. Okay. And congrats. I want to give a shout out to Mary Mallory. She is going on 24 weeks in a row. Go, Mary.
Wow,
And
wow, wow.
isn't that incredible? Woo! And Vicky's at 20 weeks in a row, y'all. That is a big deal. I'm
Wow,
so
Vicky.
proud of y'all. we track your attendance because it means the world to us, just being on, okay? And then this month's charm is the cute little, here we go, light bulb. So who has their bracelet? Anybody have their bracelet and charm? Show everybody. If not, you'll be getting it soon. And so tonight or by tomorrow at 8, you got to fill out the Google form and enter today's code word to get your August charm, okay? And congrats for earning the July charm. Stacy, Vicky, Mary, Jessica, Sharon, Laura, Lynn, Christina, Candace, Ashley, Leah. So anyway, that's exciting. And congrats for earning your 700 wholesale. Jessica, Stacy, Sharon, Vicky. And this is this month's. Oh my word, that is the cutest little game card and dominoes I've ever seen in my life. So if you ever want to play a card game, you in dominoes, you've got Mary Kay branded, okay? And then let's see, where are we at? Oh, the 15th, y'all, is coming around the corner. So you want to have your 350 in to be on target for your 700 wholesale. Okay. Let me just tell you, y'all, we just got back from seminar and 700 gets you your prize. But if you want to be in the Princess Court of Sales, you want to do about 850 wholesale a month. And we have a $1,000 club, which is great. But if you want to earn a big, fat, honking diamond ring, who doesn't? It's $1,650 wholesale a month. And that's if Mary Kay does no double credit. $1,650 is your numbers that you want to hit. Okay. All right. And let me tell you, y'all, that 700 wholesale, you'll be a star. You'll be a star. And Jessica and I have a mystery star party planned. You don't want to miss it. Okay. All right. So, thank you for turning in your accomplishment sheet, Stacy, Sharon, and Vicky. And Jessica, who turned in yours? I didn't get the pick. I'm sorry. You're muted.
Sorry. I think I texted you, so I have to get to it. Because I had all of their stuff
There we
in.
go. Lynn, Ashley, Christina,
Christina.
right?
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
My apologies. So
That's
Christina, great job. 262, Ashley 350, Lynn 471, and Sharon 618. Stacy, our queen, 677. So way to go, Stacy. And will you tell everybody how you created, you're our queen tonight. How did you create 677 in sales? And then talk about your product that you love too, well, after you're done.
Okay.
We're so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. I was actually having one of those thoughts when I got on the plane, like, well, I'm not going to make it to my goal this month because I've not done too well this month. And I was sitting with Jessica, and Nikki was behind me, and Sharon, and a lady got to sit with us, and her husband sat with them, and she's asked me what we've been doing, and I told her we've been to a Mary Kay seminar, and it just took off from there. She was so excited. She'd been looking for somebody to show her how to take care of her skin and with good products. And we talked the whole flight about Mary Kay. She was so excited. She wanted to buy it right then. And I'm like, I don't have Wi-Fi. I can't put your order in right now. I'll take your phone number and call you tomorrow. And she's like, I'm in. She was so excited, and she still is. She's already got her order. She ordered the complete skincare kit with the extras, the peel and the deep wrinkle filler, and a few other things, some lipstick and lip gloss that she wanted. And she was so excited, and I am too. And she's doing great. She's loving the products. As soon as she used them, she loved them. I was walking her through it over the phone. She lives in Ohio, by the way. So she's going to be an amazing customer because she's so excited about seeing the difference in her skin. And I'm excited for her because I know what these products will do. And that leads me to my product I'm going to talk about tonight is the Deep Wrinkle Filler. I use this myself. I love this. This is one of my best favorite products. It's got hyaluronic acid in it, and the way you use it is I use it during the day. You can use it day and night, but I use it during the day because I wear other stuff at night. But you cleanse your face, dry your face, and then let it dry for a few minutes good. And then you put this on. It's got the applicator that's got a little point on it, and you put it directly into the wrinkle or line that you want to fill. And it doesn't take a whole lot, and you don't rub it, you pat it into the wrinkles. It works on all the areas, your frown lines, laugh lines, your marionette lines, your crow's feet. You can use it anywhere, and you just let that dry for a few more minutes, and then you put your moisturizer on. And I do my eye cream while this is drying. I'll go ahead and do my eye cream, and then all I have left to do is put my moisturizer on, and it instantly plumps the wrinkles and fine lines, gives you a look of fuller, plumper. It takes away the deep wrinkles, and it's supposed to over time make them look better if you use it consistently every day. So I'm really excited about that product, plus the new one we've got coming out. I'm excited about that one too. But I can tell a difference in my face, and but if I don't use it, like I didn't use it today, I can tell a difference in it because I got in a hurry today. I was out playing with the grandkids and got in a hurry and didn't use it. But it's a really good product to have, and I highly recommend it.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations, Stacy. And
thank you.
you look, you're a great representation as a beauty consultant for Mary Kay. So and by the way, your eyes are just popping. What colors are you wearing? They're just beautiful.
Thank you. I have on the purple liquid eyeshadow on my eyelid and a little bit here. And then I have candlelight above it.
Ooh.
Then just blended it a little bit, and then some steely eyeliner.
Oh, yeah, it looks so good. So pretty. Yeah, Christina said she noticed your eyes too. They're just beautiful.
Oh,
and congrats on your sales. And I want to ask the powerful Stacy, when, you were thinking that way, oh no, but it turned around. So next time, when we think that way, because let's be clear, we all get those thoughts. If you say you don't, you're lying. We all get that way. Me too. So what would be a thought you would replace it with next time, Stacy, if you start thinking that way?
Well, I still had a few more days, and I should have been thinking that way instead of thinking, but I was tired too from traveling, and that got me a little bit too. And I had this head cold, but I should be thinking, well, I still got a few more days. Maybe I can make something happen. I'm looking for something to happen. And when I get home, I can make calls and texts and try to make it happen.
Exactly. And that's a question y'all need to ask yourself is, what would the powerful me think or do? Or how would the powerful me think? Start referring to yourself as the powerful you, the champion that's inside you. I'm a champion, and even though you might not really think it at the time, but start talking to yourself that way. And that's called self-coaching. That's what champions do. That girl that we just saw, she won the gold medal for the shot put. That's when you throw that ball. And so she's a gold medalist that we just saw. And, that's what she said. She has to do a lot of private work herself. She has to work on her mind herself. So great job, Stacy. We're proud of you. And okay, so Jess, I think, let me pull this up real quick, make sure I hadn't left anything out. Yes, thank you for turning in your accountability form, Stacy, Vicky, and Sharon. And Sharon had booked 5 things last week, and now she's got at least 6 bookings. I think Ashley got 5 to 10 bookings last week. Stacy completed 2 faces, Vicky 6, Sharon 5. So great job, you guys. Now, when I was in a training program with Alia, she always said shoot for at least 5 faces a week, but shoot for 10, but 5 is your basement goal if you really want to move forward, girls. So remember that 10 a week, but your ceiling goal, but then you want to land at least 5. And Vicky and Sharon did at least 5. So yay. And of course, to have a healthy, growing, thriving business, you want to have 10 on your books at all times. 10 on your books at all times. Okay. Now, last week, our team won gold, and also they won gold individually. And I also want to brag on last week, we'll get the pic collages made, but based on the team captains that turned in points, team 1 and team 3 tied with gold, and team 2 came in silver. So, and gold medalist overall last week is Vicky. Vicky had 2 points, and silver with individual awards is Stacy, Sharon, and Lynn. So, way to go, you guys. We'll get a new pic collage made. And okay, I think I'm going to turn it over to Jess. And over to you, Jessica.
All right. Well, I want to congratulate Stacy as well. One of my best customers ever came from sitting on an airplane next to her. And, I think what that does is, when you travel with Mary Kay, this is part of why we say wear your face. Wear a nice, sharp outfit, because you never know if you're going to sit next to somebody in your sweatpants and a messy bun and no makeup, and they ask you where you've been at, and you said, "Oh, we were at Mary Kay seminar." Eee, yikes. You're, a brand representative, right? And so Stacy always looks so beautiful and sharp. And I know that that's probably why that, she had credibility to that woman in that moment. And so she was able to be a champion. And the other thing, Nikki, when you were saying about shot put, I think, I saw a couple of videos this week that was a a deaf person was lip reading the gymnasts before they competed. And do you know what they were doing? Pep talking themselves. Before they got on the beam or before they got on the bars. You got this. You've planned for this. You've coached for this. You're going to do great. Isn't that interesting that even these people on a world stage, that's how they got there, is telling themselves, you're going to be fine. You've done this over and over. I was saying these things to myself as I pulled into my facial this week. You've been doing this for 15 years. That apartment complex was the same place I did my first party in Knoxville in 2011. So 13 years back to the same apartment complex. So Stacy, congratulations for that. Just absolutely amazing. And those are the kind of things that you stay, when you are in the right place at the right time and you've got all your stuff together, you are a billboard, a walking billboard. So part of what me and Nikki wanted to talk to tonight, to connect it to another Olympic sport, you remember last week we talked about pole vaulting. And you don't raise the bar until when you've accomplished that level, right? And so we had a couple of people. I want to congratulate Vicky. I think she was the only one who turned in a completed interview guide for this week. So Vicky, congratulations for doing that. I know she probably felt like she was going to vomit, but she picked a friend who was willing to help her with this portion of her training, and she asked. So what we wanted to do tonight is relate it to hurdles, okay? Because if you're not sharing, which some of you, did not accomplish this week, sometimes it's because of time constraints. I know people were traveling with seminar and have things going on, sickness, but we can probably assume that it's not a comfortable place for you yet. Okay, would anybody agree that it's not really comfortable still, and we need some more training and encouragement in that area? So what we wanted to do is come up with these 4 hurdles that you potentially have to jump over in order to get to a place of comfortability. So Nikki and I are going to kind of talk about 2 of them each. And the ones we were going to talk about tonight, the first one is, do you know who to ask? Do you know who to ask? Because that's the first hurdle, right? Raise your hand if you turned in your list of 10 people. I know Vicky did. I think Stacy did. Yes. Okay. So where these list of 10 people come from is originally when we started our Pink Olympics, we made a list of 50 women. And on that list, you have a list of 50 women. I want you to put a heart, a star, or something around the 10 women that in the event that they said yes, like if they approached you and said, hey, Lynn, I want to join your Mary Kay team because I see what you're doing and I want to do it. So if they came after you, right? If they came to you and said, I want to do what you're doing, you would just be like, you would pee your pants. You're so excited. Okay. I want you to mark that. Okay. If you do not have that list, I want you to think in a different way. Okay. So our founder, Mary Kay Ash, do you know how many women she started this company with? Oh, I heard somebody say it, 9. So Mary Kay and her 9 friends started this company. Okay. And that is what has taken off and been successful now for 60 plus years. I had the privilege of meeting the very first consultant ever, Daylene White, at the last seminar she was able to attend before she passed. And it was such a privilege to meet her. Mary Kay called her and asked if she would, be a consultant with her new cosmetics company. Can you imagine? First of all, Mary Kay Ash put her name on the company branding. Do you know what kind of guts that takes to put your name on it? And then she asked Daylene, would you, do this? And she felt sorry for her because her husband had just passed away. So she said, okay, Mary Kay, I'll help you. She was going to quit after a year. Well, we all know how that story went. She made squillions of dollars and she was amazing. And she stayed with it. And actually, really, I think she was the one, Nikki, who re-signed as a consultant at 80 after she retired. Isla Burkhart, I think, did that too, because they retired and then came back in. But Daylene was the first of these consultants. What Mary Kay did was she looked around and she built a company based on the types of women she wanted to help grow her company. She didn't ask people who she didn't want to work with. She made a list of the qualities that she wanted in those women and the people that she would love to work with. So I want you to think like you are starting your own company, because each of us in Mary Kay are independent business owners. I run my organization. Nikki runs hers. Christina runs her own organization, builds her own team. So if you were going to ask 10 women to be on the board of directors at your company, who would they be? Would you ask the lady in the supermarket line? Or would you ask the person that you really know, that you see as somebody who's successful, who has, something you really value? Maybe not knowledge in cosmetics and skincare, but something else you really admire or value. So one, you need to know who to ask, your list of people, and another, you need to know who to ask, who are you looking for? Have you really made a list of the qualities of the women you would like to work with? Do you want to work with women who are successful already in something else? Do you want to work with somebody who can't manage money well? Probably not. You want to work with somebody who demonstrates good stewardship or who works really hard at something else. So think about that list for yourself. What kind of woman are you, and what kind of woman are you looking for? So then you will know who to ask. So, Nikki, did I kind of cover the things we talked about today? I think so. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the only other thing is just that, Nikki and I are not recruiting for your organization. You are, right? So it ties back to what Lynn was saying, the personal responsibility, right? You're building your own organization. And so you're taking ownership of that, whether you have a team, whether you have a unit, whether one day you have a national area that goes all the way up to the company level. You are building that. And our company is built on the types of women that you work with and the types of women that you are. And so that's really important for the future of our company. So that's hurdle number one.
And I've heard too that we attract a lot of times of who we are, because of our qualities, So that can be yay, but it can also be like, whoo, I need to work on myself some too, it can be both. So think about that, you guys. But I remember I had to rise up many times and contact and try to interview women. I remember this woman that really intimidated me. And I went to her house and gave her a facial. And after the facial, I went through my recruiting notebook with all my pictures. And I said, her name's Karen. And I said, Karen, I would love to work with you. And I shared my vision and my goal and she joined my team and she's still with me today. She is the head of surgery at a hospital. She is like the chief person. So very sharp, very high quality, but she made my legs wiggle, she made me quiver in my wiver, whatever, but that was good for me. And I knew I wanted women like her on my team. And guys, they are honestly, when they hear the facts, they're the easiest to recruit because they understand a lot of things and she's successful and her friends are successful and it just makes a big difference. So make that list of who and then two, the qualities. Okay. Then I'm going to talk about, do you know how to ask for people to explore the opportunity? Okay. Alia always talks about people don't like to listen, but so here we go. And I'll put this on the screen. Y'all can screenshot it or take a picture with your phone. But this is from Alden Sweeney. Her mom's Dawn Otten Sweeney. And I have used this script so many times and it does work. And basically, hey, Sarah, I know Mary Kay probably isn't anything you've ever thought about for yourself. In fact, it's probably not for you, but would you be willing to help me with my training and explore how Mary Kay works? Okay. And then, or I've used this script. You can pick the one based on your style that you like better. This is from Alia Head, and I use this one a lot. And I keep it up on my screen when I call and ask people. Hey, Kelly, I'm so excited to share something with you. Do you have a quick second? Great. I don't know if you've heard, but I've been selected for a leadership position in my Mary Kay business. And the company has asked me to select a few sharp women and invite them to consider the Mary Kay opportunity. And Kelly, with your warm, fun, sweet personality, and I just love being around you. I think you'd be great, Kelly. But of course, it does not obligate you or Mary Kay in any way. And Kelly, is there any reason why we couldn't get together to just explore the options and opportunity and see if it might be a fit for you? I know it's probably not for you, but I'd love to see if it would be a fit. And then you give options like, okay, could we meet for coffee, or would you rather do it on the phone? You give two choices, phone or FaceTime or in person. I love in person, but sometimes you just can't do that. Okay. So these are words that are proven and that work. So you can kind of use the short and sweet version, or this is a little more detailed, a little more, this one's more direct if you're more of a D personality. But if you're more of but this one's really great too. I've used both. Okay. So is that a reason why maybe last week was a hurdle and you did not do any interviews because you didn't know how to ask properly? Well, this could help you jump over that hurdle of asking, okay? And then we gave you the skeleton last week of what to go through when you share the opportunity with somebody. Jessica went through that. If you missed last week's meeting, go back and watch the replay and you can hear all about that. Okay. So how to ask. Okay. And then let's talk about next. We may bounce around with, do you know how to ask? But also, do you know why to ask? And I'm going to share this quick video of some reasons why to ask. Because honestly, y'all, if Mary Kay were here, I know I told y'all to suit up and show up for the meeting as if Mary Kay Ash would be on our meeting. But she would ask us to pass it on. And so this is going to explain a little bit about how you make money with team building. Okay. But not everybody will team build for the money. When I saw this, it made me want to team build. But let's go through it real briefly. Is that okay, Jess? And then we'll hit the next one.
Congratulations on being an independent beauty consultant. We're so glad you are here. We are going to walk you through the career path for an independent beauty consultant. We will take you from independent beauty consultant through elite team leader, tell you how you can get there, and all the rewards along the way. Let's get started. Melissa is an independent beauty consultant and has an independent beauty consultant agreement that is received and accepted by the company. Melissa can earn up to 50% profit on product sales and reorders. Melissa can also take advantage of the Great Start program to earn free product bonus bundles during her Great Start timeframe. Melissa can earn monthly prizes through the year-long challenge and quarterly and yearly prizes through the Star Consultant program. Last but not least, Melissa can earn a $50 cash bonus with each Great Start qualified new personal team member she develops. Now, if Melissa chooses to add 2 active personal team members, Alicia and Liz, Melissa reaches independent senior beauty consultant status. Melissa can still earn up to 50% profit on product sales and reorders and work toward the same monthly, quarterly, and yearly prizes. Melissa is now also eligible to earn 4% commission on her personal team's wholesale Section 1 production. This means that she can earn 4% personal team commission on wholesale Section 1 orders placed by Alicia and Liz in any calendar month. She can also still earn a $50 cash bonus with each Great Start qualified new personal team member she develops. Melissa keeps building. She has added 1 more active personal team member, Susie. Melissa is now a Star Team Builder. This is the first of 3 career path levels referred to as RED. Melissa can still earn up to 50% profit on product sales and reorders and work towards the same monthly, quarterly, and yearly prizes. Melissa is also now eligible to earn up to 8% personal team commission on her personal team's wholesale Section 1 production when her personal and personal team's production is $1,800 or more. She can still earn a $50 cash bonus with each Great Start qualified new personal team member she develops. Melissa is a rock star and adds 2 more active personal team members, Jenny and Stephanie, which would make Melissa a team leader. This is the second of 3 career path levels referred to as RED. Melissa can still earn up to 50% profit on product sales and reorders and work towards the same monthly, quarterly, and yearly prizes. Melissa is now also eligible to earn 9% or 13% personal team commission on her personal team's wholesale Section 1 production. She can earn 9% personal team commission when she is active and has 5 or more active personal team members on their wholesale Section 1 orders in any calendar month. She can maximize to 13% personal team commission when she has 5 or more active personal team members who place $225 or more wholesale Section 1 orders in the same calendar month that Melissa places a personal $600 or more wholesale Section 1 order. Personal team commission is earned on personal team production only. She can still earn a $50 cash bonus with each Great Start qualified new personal team member she develops. Now let's talk about how to become an elite team leader. Elite team leader is the third of 3 career path levels referred to as RED. Melissa can become an elite team leader when she has 8 or more active personal team members. If she becomes an elite team leader, she is eligible for 9% or 13% personal team commission, which is earned the same way as when she was a team leader. Melissa can still earn up to 50% profit on product sales and reorders and work toward the same monthly, quarterly, and yearly prizes. And lastly, she can still earn a $50 cash bonus with each Great Start qualified new personal team member she develops. This is a lot of information. Any questions regarding career path and compensation? Log on to Mary Kay In Touch.
Okay, guys. Now you may have seen that and be like, okay, cool beans. Yay. But is that going to put you into action? No. What is going to put you into action is having a goal, but knowing your why, your purpose, or a renewed sense of purpose and passion. And some of you all know what that is. I mean, it makes you get off your seat and work this business, but some of you all are not clear. And one of the, sorry, but anyway, I just want to encourage you to what's that exercise, Jess? It just popped in my brain where you write down the 50 reasons why you need to move ahead. And then you break it down to 25. And then after 25, you pick your top 10. And then after your top 10, you pick your top 5. And then you pick your top 3. That exercise, like, why should I grow my team? And once you narrow it down to your top 2 to 3, you really get more clear on your why and your purpose. Because to think of 50 reasons why to build your business and build a team or to go to that next level, you're going to get clear on your why if you don't know what your why is. Okay. Because people join because a lot of times because of your why, your vision, your passion, your purpose. Okay. I had a girl, I did a facial one time at like 7 a.m. before she went to work. And I was in DIQ. I was wanting to become a director. I was heading down the train and she wanted to get on board and help me. And she was with me for many, many years. So anyway, it's easiest to recruit when you have a goal in mind of where you're going. And of course, like many of y'all have not become red yet or the next level because you're not putting a deadline on your goal. You got to have a goal and a deadline. So when are you going to be a senior? When are you going to be a red jacket? And I don't mean 3 months from now. I'm talking about this week, this month. Okay, it's a mindset, y'all. I know people have gone from 0 to 10 in one day.
Yes.
It's all your mindset. Okay, it doesn't take forever to be a red jacket. It happens all the time in one day. Okay, so let's think big. Let's think abundant. Okay, Jessica, do you know what to ask? Okay, your next. That's the next one.
Yes.
So,
And I do want to say, Nikki, that when I was moving into leadership, Priscilla made me make a list of 50 reasons why I should become a sales director. Because of that, I want to is very tentative. People want to follow people who are going somewhere. And
yes.
it's clear. If you think of it that way, like if Nikki said, yeah, we're going to go on a trip, and would you like to go?
No.
I'm gonna need some more details, right? Like, hey, I'm going to Scottsdale, Arizona. And I am so excited because we are leaving on this day and coming back on this day. And here's what we're going to do. And here's how much it costs. You know, you're excited to go somewhere with somebody. If you're like, well, I think I might, maybe, sometime, kind of, sort of, nobody's going. So being really clear on, here is my goal. Here is when that goal is by. Who cares if you don't finish it in time? Because your date might scoot, but if you've got 50 reasons why and you've gone through the exercise of making 50 reasons why, you're not going to let your own self off the hook. And people want to come with you. Oh my goodness. So, so the last question was really the hurdle. The last question was, do you know what to ask? And this is the closing questions and overcoming objections that we talked about last week. Okay, so knowing how to close them. Sometimes you do an interview with somebody who's really sharp, like Nikki said. Somebody who makes your legs wiggle. I love that. I had somebody I interviewed like that, and she did not say yes. And that's okay, because you know what it taught me was that I can go and ask those questions to anybody. I know what to ask, and now I've asked the scariest person on my list, so I can ask anybody. It's not scary. So sometimes you get a no and realize how unscary it is, which is really cool because you don't hurt from that. Like, a no is not going to jeopardize your whole life because she's still been a customer and has been very sweet. So when we talk about the objections, there's some questions that Nikki put on here, which are great. If you gave Mary Kay a try, how would it improve your life a year from now? One question I've heard Gloria ask is something like, if they say, you've just gone through this whole interview guide with them, right? And you've asked how Mary Kay could potentially benefit them, and they say financially, financially, Mary Kay would benefit me. I have, some credit card debt, or I want to take my kids to Disney, etc. And then at the end of the interview, they say, no, it's just not for me. Then you could be bold enough to ask that question in a different way and say, if not Mary Kay, then what is your plan to get there? If somebody says, well, I really want to be a debt-free a year from now, or I want to take my kids to Disney a year from now. Okay, well, if not Mary Kay, what is your plan for that? And sometimes they have a legitimate plan. Okay. We know that Mary Kay's the best plan for them for them to get there, right? But sometimes you have to ask those questions because they haven't thought about that. They're saying no. And I loved the question that I saw Nikki put on here. I'm trying to find it. Reading this tiny print, y'all, I think I'm really getting 40 now. I need some glasses like Nikki. She's going to have to take me glasses shopping, y'all. But she was like, it sounds like it might be fear. Or you can ask a closing question. What besides fear would keep you from getting started? Oh, this flow chart. Yes, ma'am.
Now,
That's
what's
what I was
this,
trying to look at.
everybody?
It's on the last page. So scroll back, scroll down. So I love this, and we can probably share this. Let's see. I'm trying, y'all, my old eyes. Okay. There you go. On the far right, she has a bunch of objections, and you can't get her to commit, say yes or no. And then, may I ask you a question? Do you think you might just be scared? Well, okay, I gotta move y'all around. What's the very worst thing that could happen to you? And sometimes if people name it, like, what's the worst thing, to give it a try, sometimes you can go first and say, I was a little concerned too. And you do the feel, felt, found. And I think we've trained on that before. I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but here's what I found, right? Have y'all done that? You know the feel, felt, found? Okay, so, I was a little nervous also. I know how you feel. I felt the same way. I was pretty nervous, but then I realized the worst thing that could happen is I get a whole bag of Mary Kay products that I can use for a fraction of the price. And nobody, there's nothing bad that's going to happen as a result. So I really love all of these objections things, and you can use these depending on what you encounter by asking those questions, because she's going to give you her, whatever her reason is. But I've shared this in a previous meeting, but I'll share it again now. Regardless of what her answers are, what you're really trying to figure out with a closing question is, does she need more information and really wants to do this, or does she really just not want to do this? And it just really may not be the right time for her, and that's okay. It's okay to get a no. You will get more no's than you get yeses. But the important part is you're not making the decision for her. You're providing the opportunity for her to make an educated decision. Have you given her enough information to make an educated decision? And you prepare yourself. Nikki, did you have that 60th
I do. Let me pull that up too. And our time
I
is
wanted to encourage you guys to, while she's pulling that up, when I shared the interview guide last week, it really is like a skeleton. The talking points, some of those are outdated. So go on the company website and be sure that you have accurate stuff to share. So like this is from our 60th anniversary. It tells all about the company. You've got talking points, something that would be interested or something that would be interesting for her to know about our company. The It Just Fits videos, there's a whole section in the video lounge. You can create your own playlist on YouTube from the It Just Fits so that you have these things to share, these resources. As much as you've done color confident and skincare confident and all of those things, this is an area you have to grow your confidence into, because Mary Kay Ash asked us to pass it on. Even if your purpose isn't clear yet, you want Mary Kay to still be there 30, 60, 50, 100 years from now, right? And so we pass it on for that reason, even when we might be temporarily unclear on our own purpose.
right. Because it's not the Nikki Edgman opportunity or your opportunities, the Mary Kay opportunity, right? Okay, Jess, do you want to share the 24-hour challenge and then what they can do after 24 hours? So this will be due by tomorrow. And yep.
Right? Okay. So again, we're not going to move the bar yet. So if you have not jumped over this bar, we're going to put it out there again. 24-hour challenge is your list of 10. So either the people with hearts or stars from your list of 50, or what I call your board of directors list, who would, if they said yes, you would go to the moon to have them by your side on your board of directors of your organization. 1 to 2 minutes updating the tweaks that your mentor might share with you on your why story, and leave it in your Voxer group. Some people shared their I story in their Voxer group, and if you didn't share it in the Voxer group, we may not have heard that. So you may want to reshare it. If you guys did it in text, we don't see that. So if you want to share your why story for feedback from your director may be able to give you some feedback on yours to just make it even more powerful, because I loved what I heard, but I think it can be even more powerful, some of the ones that we did. So you can update your I story, and then to create a playlist on YouTube with your sharing resources. Okay, so you will want to look through some of the It Just Fits videos. They're not very long. Some of them are a little longer because they were events that the company did where they had 2 directors share, but find a couple, like maybe 5, that you could share with different types of women. There will be, like Nikki said, the person she shared with who is super sharp in the medical industry. There's an It Just Fits video that is somebody similar. There's a teacher, a principal, a person with chronic illness, a person with a squillion kids, You can go through and create a list so that when you want to share a quick video with somebody, you've already got it there. Okay. So you're not digging for it. Go ahead and have that. And then 3 interview guides. You can do as many as you want, y'all, but you get 1 point per guide and to turn those in. So that's beyond the 24 hours. Okay.
Now, I want to say, post this in the group. All this, post it in your team group because you all are being accountable to your team and your team captain. Plus, Jess and I are in all the groups too. Okay. So we're trying to build that team, camaraderie, and you can like, come on, girls, cheer your team on. And team captains, if y'all want to create a text group with your team, do that because not everybody checks Voxer very often. You might do better just encouraging your team in text and refer them to go to the Voxer group. Okay. All right. And yeah, the book 5 and book 10, we want y'all to do that, but that's not part of the points. Okay. That you get the call with JC. That's your gift. Okay.
Right.
All right. And we're going to end with this poem that Sharon is going to read. And let me pull it up. It's awesome. So are you ready, Sharon? Let me
Yes,
find
ma'am.
it. Okay. Thank you. Uh-oh, I'm going the wrong way.
I did the giant print version.
Okay. Okay, take it away.
Says, maybe she needs me. It had been a long day. I was finishing a task, and as I hurried past her, a little voice said, ask. Oh, not today, I told myself. I'm tired and it shows. Besides, I might look foolish, and she'd likely just say no. While drifting off to sleep that night, I saw her face again. I wondered what her life was like, her needs, her dreams, her pain. What if she'd been wishing for a friendly word and smile, a chance to know somebody who would go that extra mile? Was this the opportunity she'd been praying for? I saw the cars she might not drive, the rings she might not wear, because I would not risk myself to stop, to ask, to care. So what if what I offer her is not her cup of tea? That's a choice for her to make. How selfish can I be? When all my dreams are realized, I don't want to regret the lives I wouldn't touch and change, the no's I wouldn't get. Oh, let me live a true go give and let the mission be. Not to think, do I need her, but maybe she needs me.
Thank you. That's true. Isn't that good, y'all? So, thank you, Sharon. That was beautiful. And the secret sister texted me and she said, okay, she chose Vicky. She said, you look sharp and your screen looks fixed. Or it's fixed or not moving around or whatever. So great job, Vicky. You won 2 things, the on-time drawing and the image award. You're doubly blessed tonight.
That's great.
Okay, y'all. Well, thanks for being on.
Code word, responsibility. We
yes.
forgot that because people can't see the chat. So code word, responsibility. Thank you, Lynn, for sharing that again. It was awesome.
Okay. Bye, guys. Love y'all. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Bye.